Hi, nobodies. So this is like take 4. Take 3 was going well, but my son called and I had to answer that. So I was having a conversation with myself again, and uh, I often call myself an emotional retard. And I don't mean that to be offensive to handicapped people because I don't consider them the R word. I use the R word to describe people who should be capable. So I should be capable of expressing my emotions. I can recognize them in others. Like I know mad, sad, happy, guilty, sneaky. I know all those when I see them. I'm not so good at bringing them out. People call me stone faced. They call me aloof. They call me uncaring, unfeeling, unemotional, emotionless. I get all of those. And I often will playfully, but totally meaning it, say, I am the ice queen. I'm an ice queen. Yeah, I'm a fucking ice queen. Now, like I said, I say that I'm emotional retard. I don't like this about myself. In most cases, when I initiate contact with somebody, I feel like an alien trying to, I'm pretending to be human. Like, oh, I want them to feel loved. So I'm going to reach out and touch them. And so I will put my hand on their back, their arm, their leg, somewhere safe. um, not out there pulling a Trump. So I will do that. And if I get the right response, I feel like clapping for myself. I'm like, yay, I picked right. If I get the what are you doing or don't touch me, I want to curl up and die. It is the equivalent. Me giving somebody an unwanted hug, kiss, or touch is the equivalent of when you're on a first date, guys, or maybe girls, and you put your hand on her knee. You're both very aware of where that hand's at. Now you think you're feeling a vibe. So you start working that hand up, that leg. You are wondering when she's going to tell you, stop. You're hoping she doesn't tell you to stop. You're hoping she lets you go just from the knee to the crotch. You're hoping it's going to go all the way home. Well, when I make a wrong move, I feel like I just went straight for grabbing a crotch. It's like, oh, I totally misread things. I did the wrong thing. And then I feel like shit. I feel horrible. But this is how I am. And and most people don't even realize like what it takes for me to just reach out and touch them or to just lay my head on their shoulder. Like they don't know how big of a battle I just fought to initiate that little bit of contact. That little bit of and if you think for 1 second that I am not totally fucking vulnerable at that moment, you would be wrong. Because that is a moment where I have opened myself up. If I walk up to you and touch you, because I don't like people to walk up and just touch me. Only certain people are allowed to, so I I don't just touch anybody. So like it's a battle. And I normally don't just walk up to people and give them hugs. I don't do that. So if I walk up to you and I lay my head on your shoulder or I wrap my arms around you. It took a lot for me to get there. And so handling that is very delicate. Being told, don't touch me, that wounds me. I mean, I don't care what I've fucking done. That's a bad one. You know, if it's one thing to say, you know, like if it's like, ow, that's where I got a bruise. Look at this knot I got on my arm. You just touched it. You know, like sometimes you just touch bad areas and that person just happens to be hurt. That's not so bad. You're like, oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, like, oh shit, I just hurt you. I'm sorry. You know, I get called all kinds of things, and it's hurtful to somebody like me, because most of the time we want that connection, we want that affection, but we look like we don't want it. I mean, I know I'm not alone. I know a lot of people who feel the same way, that they want that connection, but people see them and they get this vibe off of us like we don't want it. Like we are standoffish and it's not appreciated. I mean, I even get I know you don't like hugs, but I'm getting a hug. I don't dislike hugs. You just happened to hear me say that to my mom because I didn't want her to feel bad that I didn't want her to hug me. I am selective about who I want to hug me, and a hug is fine as long as it's not a long hug and as long as I feel comfortable with you. If you are a boyfriend, hugs are always appreciated. Physical contact is like a fucking drug to me and to people like me, but we won't ask for it. And we don't know how to initiate it because we're used to being wrong. You know, reading things wrong, you know, as far as relating to people and being normal. And we guard ourselves. I am even though I trust people, I am a very guarded person when it comes to my thoughts. You know, I mean, you can really wound me and not know it because I won't say anything. But in all actuality, if I'm quiet, that's typically a sign that I'm upset about something, and please don't ask me what it was, because a lot of times I am not comfortable telling you that you've upset me, that I'm hurt, because I'm afraid that I'm overreacting. It's tough for me navigating those waters of trying to show somebody that I'm interested without getting rejected or without seeming desperate. You know, I mean, there's like a million things you can put on it when somebody's like I don't want to look clingy. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be looked at as that. You know, I mean, there's like so much that goes into how is this going to look? You know, and like I said, it's like I'm a fucking alien. I don't know. And oftentimes I don't do things because I'm afraid that it's going to look wrong because I'm doing it. I want to be different. You know, I often say like, I don't, you know, I want to be the person that says, I don't like what you said to me, or I don't like what you're doing to me, or I don't want to do that, even though it makes you happy. I want to be that person. And sometimes I get to where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to tell him this. I'm going to say this to that person. The next time they do that, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to say, I'm done. That pisses me off. I don't like that. Stop doing that. You know, why do we always do what you want to do? Like I say, I'm going to stand up for myself. And then it happens and I'm like, not today. I'll do it next time. you know. And then it becomes, I won't do it next time because I didn't do it this time. Ugh. It's exhausting. It's maddening. And it's hurtful to my self-esteem that I don't speak up for myself, that I don't defend myself. I'm going to go now. Bye-bye.